Hey friends, hope the morning's treating you well. Hope you got your coffee. I'm drinking coffee in a hotel in Fort Worth. This hotel coffee is way better than it should be. I'm kind of surprised. It's pretty good stuff. But I have a little announcement I need to make about my buddy Todd Snider. I'm going to tell a little story and lead up to that, and it's worth it, I think, along the line here. But a couple years ago, Todd and I started making. We were just sitting around. We'd talk about art a lot. You know, just it was fun to just talk about what if we did this? Has anybody ever tried this? We'd have those kind of conversations. And I think I came up with the ideas like, can you think of examples of art that symbolizes or is based in gratitude? You know, something that shows that. We just started a conversation. Out of that, we started saying, well, what if we made a film about gratitude? What would that be? And Todd, you know, that was an interesting thing to us, at least. And we talked a little bit, and Todd was talking about how appreciative he was, and he talked about this all the time. He never passed up an opportunity to talk about how much he appreciated everything that John Prine did for him, and he did a lot for him, and just being an example of how to walk through the world, even when he wasn't talking, just observing. And when Todd would talk about John, when we would sit around, it's like one of the better parts of Todd's personality. I really loved that side of Todd, because he would, I love Todd anyway, and we're all imperfect, flawed individuals, but when Todd would talk about John, you could see all of these really wonderful parts of his, of Todd, part of what we love about him, and you could see the gratitude and the appreciation and the love more than anything else. And he's like, well, what if we made a film where we just talked about that? We showed how much you love John Prine, and that's what we started doing. And so and when I say that, we're talking about like just some kind of like two guys with no budget. I got a couple cameras. We're talented. You know, we can figure this out. And so I just started whenever I could. I would film Todd telling a story or talking about, like John kind of was the original through line, but it ended up, without me realizing it, it ended up being a little portrait. I think I had to write a little thing, a little bitty paragraph, something about an intimate portrait of the last year of Todd Snider's life, and which is there's no way to say that without that being heavy. But anyhow, we made this thing. It's kind of somewhere between home movie and art film. And when I would talk about art with Todd, he would get so damn excited, and especially if it seemed completely impossible for anyone like to make money from it or something. Like if it seemed like there was you're just making this thing and there's no way, like people might not even like it. He really liked that idea. And so I would say when we were making this, I say, you realize 99.1% of the people in the world will absolutely hate this. They won't get it. They'll be like, who are these people? Who are they talking about? I don't know any of it. Who are these people? But this isn't who this is made for. And when I'd say that 99% of the people would hate it, he loved that. He'd laugh and he'd get excited and be into it. I say, but the other 0.1%, those are the people way down the rabbit hole that care about this little world, this subculture, this counterculture that we've been fortunate enough to swim through a little bit. And those people will really care about it. And they're the people that don't care about the big blockbuster action movies or whatever. And I would tell him just the fact that we're taking the time to make this, as flawed as it is, and it is flawed, you know, just like the rest of us, people will appreciate it. And so we worked on it, and I say worked on it, all that is just hanging out, and I'd be like, is it okay if I get out the camera, Todd? And he'd be like, yeah, and I'd ask him a question, and he'd talk about it, and very run and gun, and everything with Todd, it's very hard to get anything staged or whatever, but I'm getting off subject a little bit. So I told him I wanted, he's like, what are we going to do with this thing? I said, let's just put it on my YouTube channel. Everybody can see it, you know, all over the world. People can watch it for free. And if they want to, and I would tell him that 25 years from now, people that aren't even born yet will have the opportunity to watch it, you know, and maybe they'll care about this more then. Maybe it'll be forgotten, you know, but at least we will have made it or whatever. And there's value in that. And he saw that, and he's like, he said, I get that, but I want it to be shown in a theater. And he believed, just like me, I preach this all the time here on the channel, he believed in the value of people coming together in a room, people who chose to be there because they have a shared interest in this thing, you know, that's happening in the room. They've chosen to be there. Sometimes they go great distances or whatever, and they want to share in something real, a community. And Todd made a pretty good argument for that. And like, you're right, man. You're right. We'll show it in a theater. So I promised him that we would do that. And so anyway, it sat, and you know, I filmed a bunch of stuff. And after he passed away, I ended up putting it all together. And I just thought, well, I guess I should probably show it in a theater to keep my promise to Todd. So I rented a theater in Nashville, the Belcourt Theater, and I rented a theater in Indianapolis, the Can Theater, and I'm going to show it. This is off the top of my head. I believe the Indianapolis is April 3rd, the Belcourt is April 9th. You're watching this on Saturday. Tickets went on sale yesterday. So if you're watching this, tickets are already on sale. I'll put links to where you can buy those tickets in the top comment down below if you're interested in it. People are going to ask me, can we show it in our town or whatever? It's like, man, I don't know. Maybe that's not really, it's hard, and I don't know. I just would like, it's going to end up on YouTube, and I just want to fulfill this promise to my friend, and I'd like for people to join together in the room and sharing this, and you know, I think there'll be a lot of love in the room, and I would like to experience that with you guys, and I think a lot of you guys will come out and be part of that. After that, I don't know. I don't have any big lofty plans for it or whatever. I just think it's something that people will enjoy as time goes on, and I'm glad that, you know, I took the time to, that's how I spent my Christmas holidays, is editing this thing together. And I hope you all enjoy it, but I have to play tonight in San Antonio with Lucero, and then Corpus Christi up to Tulsa. I got any friends in Tulsa? But you guys come out and say, hey, I get a bunch of Oklahoma people saying, come on out all the time. I'm going to finish my coffee. I have to drive here in a little bit, so I'm going to shut this down. But, man, thank you guys for all the warm and beautiful love you've been sending me over the last few months. It's been a little bit heavy, and as you can understand, all of this talking about Todd has been hard. I've turned down so many interviews, people wanting to interview me, and I just am not feeling it. And just keep my thoughts to myself for now, and I'm going to share them through this movie. And I don't know. I think you guys understand that. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. The link's down below to the tickets for the movie. If you're within driving distance, come on out. I'm not saying you should fly from California or something, but let's assume these are the only screenings. Let's just do that. And, if something else pops up, then so be it. But let's just assume these are the only screenings, and we'll take it from there. And I'll see you guys somewhere down the road. Much love to you.